Well, hey there, creators. Niamh here with the Niamh here, and this week I am doing my very first bullet journal, and I'm also using a dip pen and some ink that I just got. I'll probably do a little a haul video soonishly of all the stuff I've gotten recently. So there's several new things about this. Bullet journaling is something I'm just now getting into, possibly. I mean, this is kind of an experiment for me. I'm not exactly sure if this is going to be for me. But I'm going to at least give it a 6-month try. So I'm going to have a bullet journal video out at least once a month. So if anything, it helps with getting some videos out and stuff. And it was really fun to make this, though I do think that I probably went a little overboard, and I think I may, the next few months I might go tone it down a bit and not go so crazy with all the pages. And at the end of this, I am going to go through and point out, just do a little tour of the book once it's finished. See that mess there with the ink. I'm so new to using the liquid ink like this too, that I'm not quite sure how to do it. So that was also an experiment, and I definitely need a ton of practice with that dip pen. I'm really not adept at it, and it was very difficult for me to use, and I kept smudging the ink because I'm not quite waiting long enough for it to dry, and that's why I started drying it with the heat gun there, just to speed it up, because this was done very hastily, this bullet journal, because tomorrow, Saturday morning, my family and I are going on vacation for a week. So because of that, I'm not going to have a video out next week. Sorry, but we are going to be out of state. We're going to visit my mom for a week, and I'm really excited about that. And I'm bringing my bullet journal with me so that I can go through it. And so this right here is my pagan page, my pagan tracker, and basically just trying to record if I haven't really been active with my spirituality lately, and I'd like to get back into that and be a bit more active with it, So, and I didn't talk about the theme of this bullet journal. I kind of went with a citrus theme, sort of. I've seen a lot of people do citrus themes for bullet journals, but I went kind of like, it made me think of a Victorian, I kind of had a Victorian look to it, but I'm thinking of like a tea party or a summer party in, some sort of English summer party, with lemonade and just this look of this Victorian look. Yeah. I hope I explained that well. And now I'm going through with some water-based markers. I think these water-based markers, it's a brand that I got while we were out and about. I think it was at Walmart. So it's basically kind of a kid's brand, just a water-based marker. And I don't think I'm going to use the dip pen ink for any future bullet journals, only because the dip pen ink, I was using Dr. P.H. Martin's, and it's kind of expensive ink, and I ended up going through that dark brown color a lot with this, and I didn't realize I was going to go through so much of it doing this, so I decided for future bullet journal videos that I would use something else. And I did this last page here. This is one of the middle pages, but I wanted to do it last because I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to do it. But I ended up just using the Ohuhu fine liner, the dark brown one, instead of using the dip pen ink again, because I realized how much I was wasting. So for that first page there with the tree is actually my mood tracker, and I've been looking at a lot of bullet journals lately, and like kind of binge watching them on YouTube and all that. And I noticed that the mood trackers and the chore trackers and the habit trackers, usually a lot of them do something really fun and really in line with whatever theme they're doing their journal that month with. And I was really looking forward to that. And that there was me pulling out a coloring page for my daughter. So, I've seen a lot of some videos kind of criticizing the going all out with bullet journals or planners and stuff, and spending more time planning the planner than actually filling in the planner. And I understand that that's it's a legitimate criticism, but at the same time, I kind of like that sort of, I like going all out with something. I like that it looks kind of like a scrapbook. It's just, that's something that makes me happy. And, I don't feel like I need to compete with anyone who's already done, these sorts of really detailed bullet journals. I don't think it's really about competing. I think it's something that's fun. And sometimes something I'm working on is just not going to work out, and sometimes it's going to look super amazing. And and I kind of welcome that. There were so many mistakes that I made on this, but it's okay. That's part of the process. It's not supposed to be like, a work of art unless you want it to be a work of art. And well, the little cover artwork on it actually is a work of art, because I'm actually going to do a little painting at the end of this that I'm going to put on the cover for this. That, I think that's a little separate, because I think I'm going to actually sell prints of what I put on the cover. So that also helps me too, because then I can, I'm not just doing this for whatever sort of planning or whatever. I'm also, by getting these bullet journals ready and prepared and having a theme each week, it also helps me get artwork done, and artwork that I enjoy doing, because it's fun to create something that goes with a theme. And and right here I use some colored pencils for the mood tracker, and I'm also I'm connecting the calendar that I did I'm gluing it to my daily schedule, and then gluing that to the front page so that I have a fold over thing. And then I'm going to put the cover here, and this is where like the little bit of that Victorian look comes from. I went with this teal damask print, and and I think it gives a really nice touch, and I thought it went really, really nicely with the citrus theme. And then the colors that I was trying to go for with this was the teal, the citrus colors like yellows and oranges and lime greens, along with red, because I thought red would be a nice sparkly touch, and I have this sparkly red stuff, washi tape. And right now I am using the inks. This is my first time painting with them, and I'm actually I'm using them as if they were watercolors, and I'm kind of doing a kind of painting of a lemon tree. And this was really fun, and by the time it finished, I was so happy with how it turned out. I almost don't, I think I'm gonna sell the original, but I almost don't want to, because I kind of like it a lot. I even liked it more because I also printed out a print of it, just to see, maybe I would use the print for the to glue onto the front. And I even like the original more than the print, and so I don't know, I might actually keep this one, or give it to a family member, or maybe I will sell it. And and it's a nice small piece. It's, I think, 3.5 by 5.5. I basically took and it's on Bristol board. paper. I took an 11 by 14 Bristol board paper, and I cut it down so that I have several 3.5 by 5.5 little papers, little canvases, little Bristol board papers. So right now I'm adding in some of my darkest darks and kind of taking some of it back a little bit when it goes a little too far, because this is different than watercolors, because it's very staining. You can't really lift it like you can watercolor, so anything you want to lift up, you gotta kind of do while it's still wet, and of course it won't completely lift up anyway. And then yeah. And one of the main things that I was looking at when I was trying to find what sort of inks to buy, because it was kind of between this brand, the Dr. P.H. Martin's, and the Winsor Newton inks, because man, those Winsor Newton inks, it's really great marketing, because those bottles are just gorgeous. I almost want those just for those bottles, just for those the packaging that it comes in. It's like great marketing. But I decided to go with the Dr. P.H. Martin's, because it specifically says that they are light fast colors, which is important to me when I'm going to sell original artwork. And as far as I can tell, I maybe the Winsor Newton ones are light fast, but I don't remember seeing it on the product page, and I believe I've seen other artists on YouTube and the like say that they are not light fast. So they would be fine to use, but if I want to sell artwork, I want some light fast pigments. So yeah, and I'm just about done with this. I'm going to peel off the tape, and then I'm going to do a little tour of the book. So please enjoy. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Alright, so we have the finished painting here, and I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and like washi tape this down, because I don't want to permanently put this down, because I may sell it, and because I really love how it turned out. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. It was just supposed to be a fun little watercolor exercise with the inks and stuff, but I actually really like how it turned out. So I'm trying to decide if I actually want to tape this down with washi tape, or if I want to just print out the same thing, basically, so that I just have a print on here or something like that. And I will probably, because I'm not quite done, but I will put like a little piece of paper or something, maybe not this one, but maybe I don't know, I don't have a piece of paper long enough to put there, but basically write July right there. So the front here is actually double page, and I have some washi tape here to hook it onto the last page, simply for the time being right now, but it's actually not going to be connected to the last page. It's going to be like this, because when I'm done with all of the bullet journals for the rest of this year, there's going to be 6 months, because this is July, I'm actually going to connect them all into one book. So this will actually connect to the cover of the book. Yeah, so, but right now, since I don't have the cover of the book, I just taped it to the last page. So let's open this up and see what we got here. So on the first page, I have my daily schedule and my weekly schedule. And then over here, I have this fold out. The July calendar is right here. And I'm basically gonna, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 open squares in each one of these, so that I can put, I can color in a square and put over here what it means, like have my key down here. And this whole week is actually going to be filled because we're going on vacation, and that's why I will not have a video out next week, because on tomorrow, Saturday, we're leaving for a vacation. We're going to go visit my mom, and we're going to be gone all this week, and we're coming back on Saturday. So this week will be filled. And yeah, so on this page, I have notes and ideas. Just this is kind of my brain dump, and I put it right here. Just first page, you know, if I think of anything, just a brain dump, get ideas off my chest. This is my area to do that. Important dates. This is also kind of a key. If I have an important date on here, I'm gonna fill in a box, and I'm gonna put it over here and say what the date is. To do this month, main things that I want to get accomplished this month will go here. Now, the great thing about having the fold out calendar like this, and I saw this on another video, but I can't remember where I saw it because I was watching a lot of different bullet journal videos. So some of these ideas I kind of got somewhere else, and some of them I came up with myself. This fold out calendar idea I found on another video, and if I ever find the video that I actually got it from, I should have written it down. I will leave it in the description down below. But the great thing about this fold out calendar is that when we go to the next page, on any page, this is still here. So I can have a glance of the calendar no matter what page I'm on. And also, before I move on, we have a little mini calendar for the next month, for August, just to, you know, so that I can keep it in mind. So on this page, this is a fun page. This is my chores and habits, you know, chores and, you know, habitual things that you want to try to keep up. They're not fun, but you know what I can do is make it fun. And so I basically, since the theme is kind of a citrus theme, I kind of did a citrus like a lemon or something like that, and I colored 7 out of the 8 wedges yellow, and the 8th wedge I colored orange. And these are my daily chores, the yellows. And I have sweeping, a daily chore, laundry, that's mostly daily. You know, sometimes I'll skip a day. And then dishes is of course an everyday chore. So there we go. And then I have 3 weekly chores, like taking out the recycling for when the recycling truck comes, and separating the laundry, because we're pretty lazy with laundry. We do it, and then we have a big pile, and then I just have to go through and separate it, which I try to do once a week. So that'll keep me on top of that. And then cleaning the bathroom is a weekly chore as well. So over here on the habits, this is my water chart. I'm really horrible at drinking water. And I'm actually going to write the word water right here, just, you know, to connect it, because I meant to write that somewhere, but I think the straw works for that, waterlog. And I think there's about 40 squares here, or rectangles here to color in. Basically anytime I have a cup of water, I'm gonna fill in a thing, and hopefully I'll get better at drinking water. And then also teeth care is something I'm kind of bad at. I'm supposed to be flossing more, but I often forget to do that, and using my water pick. So anytime I actually go out of my way to do some teeth care, I'm gonna color in a block here, and this is an orange citrus here. All right, so the next page, my mood tracker, which I thought was fun as well. So here we have a tree with citrus growing, a citrus tree, and if it's a great day, then it's a lime color. If it's a good day, then it's like a lemon color. If it's a meh day, then it's a orange. And bad, I put the teal, but I think I remember now that I actually meant to make that red, so that it would be apples. And I know apples aren't citrus, but they do grow in trees, and red was one of the main colors that I was using for this. So I meant to have that as red, but oh well, it's the teal color, which is also one of the colors we're using, and that's that. So basically it's the bad color. But hopefully there won't be very many teal colored citrus here. Now over here is my exercise tracker, and basically just list what kind of exercise I'm doing, how long I did it for. Hopefully I can get in better shape. And on this side, money tracker, money spent, money received. So over here is the description of what it is and how much I spent or received, and then a total at the bottom. Now, social media tracker, I guess I'm gonna use this for following subscribers, but I'm not exactly sure. Maybe the little notch next to each one, the open square next to each, I'll color in if I actually post on there. This is supposed to be for listing how many subscribers or followers I have. This is my Niamh-Creates category, and I guess I'll use this line next to it to color in if I actually do upload that day. And this is all 31 days of July. This is my Niamh-Learns channel. This is Rainbow Cauldron, which is my pagan channel. I do tarot readings on there. And this is my new channel, which is kind of just for fun. I used to have gaming on my Niamh-Learns channel as kind of my gaming dump, but I've really revamped my Niamh-Learns channel, so it's a much more focused channel and on languages and genealogy. So any gaming videos I'm transferring to my new Niamh Games channel. So right now it's empty, but I'm hoping to get it verified so that I can upload longer videos, and there you go. And then the last one is just Instagram, because I'm really bad at keeping up with Instagram and posting on Instagram. I haven't posted in a long time, and I would like to keep that up. So I'm trying to keep myself responsible here and use some of that social media that is supposed to help, you know, with with my art business and all that, but I kind of forget to use it. So on this page, this is my Niamh-Creates page, project lists, supplies I'm using, ideas and inspiration. If I come up with an idea, put it here. This is like a little mini brain dump, very specific to my Niamh-Creates channel. My upload schedule, I have it as, you know, Sundays and Fridays, because that's when I'm supposed to be uploading on my Niamh-Creates channel, but obviously I'm not so good at that, so I'm gonna try to keep up with that and try to plan ahead and maybe make some batch videos that I can upload during times when I just don't have a video. And since this is a creative thing, I've got a little wish list here where I can list things that I want, art-related stuff. And down here I thought was a little fun. It's a sketchbook tracker. If I color my sketchbook, I'm going to color in one of these squares for each side, and hopefully I don't think I'll fill it, but hopefully I'll get at least some, because I'm not very good at keeping up with my sketchbook either. So yeah. Anyway, so skipped a page. Okay, so then I have my Niamh-Learns here, and just discoveries and notes and to-do for my genealogy work, for languages, ideas and plans, notes and to-do, upload schedule, web stuff, working on my website. And then for this down here, this big citrus, 2 rows here are Duolingo, and the 2 inner rows here are memorize. So keeping myself up on the language studies that I have to do, and there's little squares in here, so I'll just color each square, and yeah. All right, so then I have my pagan tracker, listing the full moon, what day that occurs and what sign it's in, and then any rituals and spells that I do, I'm gonna list them here. Upload schedule for that's Thursdays Tuesdays and Saturdays, because Niamh-Learns is Mondays and Thursdays, right? So Tuesday and Saturday was when I wanted to do an upload schedule for the Rainbow Cauldron. And that one I'm still very much hardly ever uploading with. I'm mostly doing just Saturdays with my weekly tarot, though I won't have tarot reading this week or next week since we'll be on vacation. So then I also put a spot here for any potions, tinctures, or holy water that I do, the dates and stuff, so I can keep track of that. Any ideas, like a little brain dump here. And here's a little flip book for my weekly tarot readings, and whatever cards I pull I'm gonna put here, just so I can keep track of my weekly tarot readings. So there we go. And then on the gaming and fun page, I just, things that I'm accomplishing or want to accomplish with my main games that I play. So I play a lot of The Sims, like The Sims 4 is big here. I have Sims Free Play and Sims Mobile, and Minecraft down here. I like to play Minecraft. We play as a family, actually. And then upload schedule here, and if you notice, I didn't put the pages here because that's going to be pretty random. I might, if I feel like I'm going to upload something, I might make a note here. Yeah. So the last page here, this is an idea I had a while ago, but it's probably not going to work now because what I meant for these little booklets to be, these were supposed to be our meal plans for the week, because we're not very good at keeping up with meal plans, and we often end up just paying for Blue Apron or HelloFresh, but then we're not really satisfied with what we get from them. So we end up canceling, but then we get overwhelmed by meal planning because we're very busy. We're a family of 5. My husband works all the time. I'm doing a lot of this stuff. I'm also a stay-at-home mom, and I homeschool my youngest daughter, so coming up with meal plans is something that's difficult for us. So I was hoping that we could use just these little things to keep in mind what we wanted for each week. However, we recently started paying for Plate Joy, and not sponsored, by the way, and we've been doing that for 2 weeks now, and so far we've actually been really loving it. And Plate Joy is a meal planning service, and they also help you keep track of what sorts of supplies like food supplies you still have, or what you've run out of, and so far that's been a great help. But I may still fill these out so that we have what we're doing each week here, but in future videos, if we stick to the Plate Joy thing, then I'm probably not even gonna need these. So there you go. All right, so that's the last page. I'm gonna close this up completely, and like I said, this is only temporarily taped right here because eventually when I'm done with all the 6 months, it's going to be one big book, and the next page is going to the next month it's going to connect to this back page here. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks since I'm going on vacation. Later, creators. Bye.